Hello, everybody. It is the third day this week. We are streaming live. I am Joker's Font for Players Wanted. With me is the man with all the caps, the lovely voice from the South, Toucan from the Sunshine Band Merchant Caravan.
That's right. No, yes.
I love how you just have the microphone there.
I don't. It's just here, man. I don't know.
Hello. So what we're going to talk about tonight is everything to do with Geigerlands that we have. We did upload the newest rule set on OBH Milsim, the Geigerlands page, and also to Discord. So feel free to check any single one of those that you guys want to check out the new rules that we have for the event. Let us know if you have any questions. So we're going to go over some of that stuff tonight. Hey. I don't know who Facebook user is. But let's see if we can figure it out.
I remember meeting Mr. Book, the Facebook user. Yes. Nice guy.
So Geigerlands is essentially in 8 days. See what the actual countdown is. 7 days, 18 hours, and 39 seconds.
Thank you for the second.
I know, right? It breaks it all the way down. So we're really looking forward to having this event. This is a passion project for us. It's Garcia.
Hey.
What's up, Garcia? How you doing, brother? This is going to be one of our smaller events. And what is Geigerlands, you might ask, if you don't already know? It is our Fallout-themed roleplay wasteland-style event. It is a low shooting event. So it's not like your typical events and all that where you go out there blasting away and everything. This one is definitely a lot less shooting, a lot more fun, running around and everything else.
Melee is encouraged.
Melee is highly encouraged.
Oh, yes.
Thanks hard for playing Tan. Thanks for playing hard for Tan. I guess he means you.
Oh, for which event? It's all a blur.
From Op Red Horse.
Oh, it was an absolute pleasure and a delight to be outnumbered 3-1 and make you have a run for your money green team. Couldn't have done it without my Tan boys. So, hell yeah. I had a great time rolling with everybody on Tan for our Red Horse.
What's
Absolutely.
up, Sir Boom and Pew? How you doing? All right, so if you guys are still looking at coming out for this event, we actually still have tickets available. We actually did something unique where we gave you guys a poor boy ticket. So if you guys want to come out, check out the event for the first time, you don't know how it is. I don't want to put that up on the screen because I don't want to get demonetized. But evidently, Sir Boom and Pew is really hyped for Geigerlands from prepping for the little year. I didn't use one of the adjectives that he used there. So there's the link for the tickets. You get a poor boy ticket. It gets you one perk, no starting caps, and no event patch or anything else. It's literally the lowest cost possible that you can have for the event. Value menu people. All right. So first and foremost, let's start off with the Q&A. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them while we're talking here. But yes. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Mr. Toucan and let him start to explain some of the rules and some of the stuff for Geigerlands.
I am being held hostage. I do not come on streams. Help. I am not here willfully. Call the police.
You're going to have that one person that is going to take that seriously.
It's true. Oh,
and then
man.
People are going to show up at my door.
It's true. Oh, better yours than mine, no. But yes, Geigerland, Ghoul rules. What a great segue. All right, so this is a role-play themed event, and to make the role-play more dynamic and immersive, we have a perk system. And taking input that we got from last year, updating the perks that we had this year, and adding a few new ones to make it feel a little more unique. There are, in fact, new perks, one specifically for ghouls. So we're just jumping right into it real quick. I'm skipping a bunch. New perk, Ghoulish. So some of the updated perks, longtime fans and general role players will appreciate this. There are perks being introduced that will give you a really nice buff, but at the same time, it comes with negatives. So if you pick certain perks, you're locked out of other ones. We're experimenting with this to see if it's effective. So far, on paper and feedback I've gotten from very select few people, great ideas all around, but we'll only know once it is thrust into the open world of the Geigerlands. So, Ghoulish. Yes, Ghoulish. Must dress the part of a ghoul. Minimum of painting your nose black to indicate a lack of said nose. Because ghouls in the Fallout universe, none of them have noses. You have +1 health. You have +1 total health. This does not stack with other perks that give you more health. You cannot take perks that work like Legends of the Waste, Influence Pay, or Influence Rewards. What this means, you are a tougher kind of guy. You're essentially a mutant, a ghoul. But because you look the way you do, you can't take any perks that will influence common society because, a ghoul, you're rotting, things are you don't have hair, blah. So the debuffs represent in-game the lack of desire to want to talk to you. But at the same time, you're tougher simply because you, let's just say radiation did you a favor. Pretty nice buff, pretty tricky debuffs, but not enough to cripple you. You can stay in the fight longer if you have a good team or another waster wants to help you out. So there's an example of, let's say, a Fallout 1 or 2 style perk and or like D&D, I want to say 5E. And of course, drop comments in the chat if you have any particular questions. Honestly, Mark, I could just blow through all the perks real quick. Just read them out loud. What do you think of that? Ghouls are sexy AF.
Yeah, go right ahead. And I'm going to keep periodically just doing this right here. More tickets. We need more ticket sales.
Yes, tickets.
Let me explain one thing as we go through. Guys, both bands have canceled on the event. I know we've been hyping that up for a while. I just found out about this last night. So we're actively looking for a DJ to come work the event for the nightclub area. So if you guys know one, let us know.
After I go through perks, I actually want to touch on, speaking of activity during the game, I'm going to touch on activities during the game. Fun fact, this is a game of, Big House Milsom lets me write and create all of their games, working in tandem with, Mark and whoever. I was not at the first Geigerlands. I had a very...
No, you weren't.
I was, and my bad. So this time around, I'm bringing the heat with things to do, role play, and interaction. But moving on, let's just boil through these perks. So starting at the gate. Oh, and there's 31 perks. So buckle up, kids. We're going on the bus. Okay.
By the way, your perk number is wrong.
Perk number's wrong.
You don't have 31 perks there.
But I numbered every single perk.
Ooh. I took all the perks in alphabetical order and I copy and pasted them over to that. Look,
I hate to do this to you. You did that before I emailed you the updated perk list I sent you scantly 20 minutes ago. Everybody makes mistakes. Mark decided to make his one for the year right now, folks. This is all the mistakes he'll make for the rest of the year. This was it.
Mistake. It's not my mistake if you didn't send it to me till now. So it's not really not a mistake. I did it right.
There you have it, folks. The most humble man you'll ever meet.
And I just got the rule set, if you don't mind me saying, sir, 10 minutes ago?
11. 11.
11. Let's check email real quick. What does email say?
Oh, yeah. Oh, but okay. Moving. Wow, we cooperate well. No. I'm going through the perks, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, single lady and mostly gentlemen. Archer may use a Nerf or similar style bow. Must not be modified and must be store-bought. Admin approval required. What does this mean? You can literally play Robin Hood Men in Tights at a post-apocalyptic themed game. Whatever bow you buy, like a Nerf bow or any kind of Nerf themed bow, when you go to registration, it's like, hey, here's the bow I'm taking. We'll go check, go ahead. If you're bringing a 25-pound LARP bow with a wooden head and go, is this okay? It is not okay. You will be denied. We will laugh. We will point and say, laugh at this Discord user. Ha, ha, ha. So, moving on. Perk number 2, Bloody Mess. Ignores power armor with melee weapons except for powered. Must scream Bloody Mess. You're going to see a theme with a lot of these perks. To activate them and to clarify to the person you're interacting with that the perk is active, you must yell something to make it functional, the functionality, and it indicates to that player what you're doing. So once you yell Bloody Mess and you'll whack them, ignores their armor rules. If they have heavy armor, nope, immediate wounds. So there is that. Bodyguard, +1 health. Must be an eye shot and ear shot of your faction leader. Does not stack with other health perks. What does this mean? This is a great perk if you are in an established faction and you're banking on sticking to your faction lead all day. There's a lot you can play off of story-wise, and the story can have functional use with this perk. So all of those that are going with certain members or certain factions that have a specifically faction leader, this is a great perk for you. Moving on, number 4, Cannibal, a perk that is getting way too much use out of these events. Way too much use. Thanks, Paul. Must be evil. Players that are wounded and bleeding out may be cannibalized. Declare you are cannibalizing them. The players involved must be out of any sort of combat or roleplay with others. When a player is cannibalized, they are killed and cannot be revived or brought back in any way. That cannibalized player must go to a spawn point to return to play. The end of it makes it sound tricky to do, but you essentially have to win an exchange and have all roleplay and action settle around it. There are some mechanical benefits to this, and that you're dead, go to spawn. I mean, that's pretty okay, but really, if you're planning on just being an evil player, you can't beat having this perk. You just I caught you off guard and I won. Time to eat you. I mean, what's more fun? What's more fun in an RPG? You always have that one playthrough where you go, what if I ate that guy? So there you go. There's your chance. Caravaner, number 5, requires traveling merchant perk. Can use a hand cart as a spawn point at the owner's discretion. What does this mean? If you take the traveling merchant perk and this perk, you can bring a hand cart that acts like a spawn point. This is a mobile spawn point. It says at the owner's discretion. You need to spawn in. You go to this cart. You say, I need to spawn in. The merchant goes, you can spawn. 5 caps, please. Oh, you did me this favor earlier. Go on ahead. You're evil and I'm good. No. That is where the discretion comes in. Can make a lot of great moments, break a lot of friendships. So
yeah, I've seen Christian do this quite a few times at other events.
Yeah, it's so good. I love introducing this perk to events. It's hilarious because it forces you to roleplay as you hard bargained me too hard. I'm not doing a deal with you at all. Go spawn somewhere else, nerd. Ooh, what's that you're eating?
It is seaweed sandwiches.
I do like a good crunchy seaweed piece. Sorry, I just couldn't look away. Moving on. Chemist can refill stim packs by giving empty water bottles to chem vendors, also used for missions, quests, etc. To clarify this, chem vendors is just, maybe we'll remove chem and just keep it as vendors. This is for vendors in general. If you take this perk and you're in a location with a vendor / merchant, you can go chemist, swap out. Super valuable. If you want to go as a mad scientist or a follower of the apocalypse style person, this is your perk. If you are in a group, you will be one of the most useful people in that group. It's a great perk. Very functional. Faction leader. Requires 10+ players signing up as your faction during registration. If wounded by any weapon, yell faction lead. Continue as though not hit. Doesn't count as being wounded. Can only be used once per life, and you must find a Wasteland dock to reset. What does this mean? The end is very important. If you get wounded, you hit by a weapon, and it counts as losing a health, you go faction lead. Okay, you ignore it. It does not get to be used again if you die and come back until you find a player that's a Wasteland dock. You show them the card, and they go, you can use it again. This is only useful if you get the reset. The end. So take that as you will. Also, and let me make this very clear, it's really good on paper. The trick is you have to have a faction of 10 plus players. And only one person gets this. So if there's 4 factions, 4 factions with 40 plus players, 4 players out of that group of 40 have this perk card. This is a very good perk card, but the prerequisite to get it is tough, and it has to be reset. How does faction lead work with legendary power armor? If I get hit in a weak point, okay, legendary power armor, if you're, we'll get to that. Actually, I can touch on this real quick. Legendary power armor, who was that? Who is that? Do we know that guy? What group is he in?
Guess who it is?
Is it Tubbs or Paul?
No. Tubbs is already on there as Captain Tubbs. It's Paul.
Paul, shut up and call me, you dork. You're an admin-controlled player anyways. You do what you're told. Moving on. Paul called me earlier, and I love the man, but you dork, you turbo nerd. You knew the answer to that. You just wanted to pester me. Paul's the best. Paul Krause, leader of the Asylum, most beautiful man in the whole wide world. We're going to party hard up there, buddy. Nope, it's me. Ben. So then, okay, let me clarify. There's only one approved legendary power armor player right now. Part of the crux of being a legendary power armor player is admin approval, and we have certain control over you. Functionally, ooh, why did that come up? Shit. Oh, I will. Functionally, that is up to admin discretion. I'll tell you this: there's no reason for you to take faction lead if you're in legendary power armor. Is that a joke? You're already so tough to hit.
Ben's trying to game the system here.
He is, so I'll squash it now. Ben, like I told Paul, you're in legendary power armor. You're going to do what you're told. You know what's going down. So there's that. Ben, if you have any, if you have more than that concern, you can PM me. We'll talk more. But at the current moment, if you're a legendary power armor user and you're approved to do that, you are controlled by staff. We kind of treat you as a game resource, but you still get to have fun and relatively do what you want with some restrictions because you're wearing such a great piece of equipment for the event. Moving on, unless good Mark.
No, I'm dealing with answering questions.
Perfect. Moving on. Field surgeon can bring back one player that has run out of health and has been killed every 10 minutes at player's discretion. Must have team medic perk and bandages. What does this mean? This is another perk, much like the Caravaner perk. You must already have a perk to be able to even pick this perk. So again, it sounds really great on paper, but you're locking out other perk potentials to pick this one perk, and you have to bring bandages as well. There's a 10-minute cooldown. You can run up to a dead player and go, I'm going to bring you in, and the player can choose whether they want to be brought in or not. It's at the player's discretion. We ask that this is a roleplay event. If it would be fun and roleplay RP-like for that player to be brought back in, let's say potentially I killed this Asylum player, they're dead, and but I'm going to heal you, and maybe one of my guys can interrogate you. You're just like, I don't want to be, taken because I'm tired. Totally acceptable. If you go, I don't want to be taken because that's booty. It's like, okay, reconsider. We're not going to twist your arm, but remember, this is a game for fun. It's as fun as you make it. That's all I'll say about that. Field surgeon, great on paper. You have to bring extra resources and take another perk. perk number 9. Fix it good. Fix it good, Mark. Fix it good. Can repair broken power armor with a plastic or foam wrench. Great example. This is a little plastic wrench. If you go up to a power armor player and go, fix it good, the power armor is treated as being fully repaired. That's it. Can only be used once per 10 minutes. Can also be used for quests and missions. There's going to be certain missions throughout the day. We're not going to tell you which perks. Some of these perks are applicable to complete certain missions, complete criteria of missions, or even if you are, let's say you have a perk and you bring it up during dialogue, you could cut through the jargon and get to the end of a quest almost immediately, dependent on which perk you have. So fix it good. It is the only way to fix power armor and normal armor. We'll talk about armor in a minute. It's been revamped to simplify it. And we're going to talk about armor and power armor as well. Number 10, 4-leaf clover. Conversation only. This is a conversation only perk. When declared, the person you are conversing with cannot use any perks for the duration of that conversation. 10-minute cooldown. If you're talking to a player and you know they're a merchant, and if you try and get a better deal and they're going to hard bargain, you're like, no, you can't get a better deal. You can go, 4-leaf clover. I want that better deal, and I have hard bargain. They cannot try to counterplay you. They cannot try to do anything. In that conversation, in that dialogue, they cannot use any perks. And this is a conversation perk only. If somebody's like Legends of the Waste, you can go 4-leaf clover. Don't tell me your story. I'm gonna get what I want, basically. So there's that. All right, I'm very late to this. This is a question. If I wear my Osprey Mark II with full soft armor and level 4 plates with the sleeves and a neck guard with armor class, does that count as? So, at the most, medium. At the very, very most. Day of, when I see it at registration, because, armor has to be approved, we'll tell you. It's either going to be light or at most, medium. The rules for armor are going to be posted by Mark and or already posted literally everywhere. The updated rules. Yep, there he is. So check that out. It has a descriptor. Great question, though. Excellent question. You don't have to. Okay, first off, I really appreciate the dedication. They're going to put level 4 plates in it. Mwah. Not criticizing at all. Beautiful man. Immersion. Excellent. The criteria for armor generally comes down to how much surface area it covers on your body. So please read the rules. And we got a big eyeball out of Mark here.
I want to bring up one thing because I saw the full soft armor with level 4 plates. Leave the plates. Don't wear the plates.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm saying this is heat. We don't want heat casualties or anything else.
There it is. You've gotten 2 answers, and both are relatively good. Mark's probably more commonsensical. Mine's more fun. So anyways. Grenadier, perk number 11, may use approved frag pyro. This perk is the only way to use approved frag pyro. During this event, if you do not have this perk, you do not use grenades. Period. This is a low shooting, low explosion event. If you want to really shoot, you got to really pick perks for it. If you really want to use grenades, you got to pick perks for it. Grenades in particular, if you want to be able to use grenades, there are no exceptions. You must take this perk. Simple, straight to the point, period. Moving on.
Hold on.
Oh, no.
I like this one.
All right, hit me with it.
Proud of it. Prepare to get the real deal.
That's basically like, no, I want to wear the plates. Come on, man.
Look, you can wear the plates. I'm not saying no. What I'm telling you is if you say, hey, look, I have level 4 plates, we are going to believe you and say, all right, just save yourself the weight. We don't want a heat casualty.
Drink water.
Drink lots of water.
Drink lots of water. When you're laying on the ground and I'm like a 180 degrees wrong way looking down at you, being like, dude, level 4 plates, am I right? You know? No, yeah. Moving on. We're plowing through these. One of my personal favorite perks, shout out to Mac, who implemented this perk down here in Florida for
I
Wasteland.
can't see.
Good doggy.
Here.
Must have a stuffed dog plushie of decent
We're talking
size.
about Geigerlands.
Cannot be small. Players must have this plushie equipped on them for this to be used. If the player is wounded with their canine companion with them, the dog counts as being hurt, not the player. The player can elect to yell, "Sick 'em," and throw the plushie at an enemy, counting as wounding players hit with the plushie using the basic wound rule. Too long didn't read. Of small size. I'm doing this because you're going to show up with your plushie and we're going to cast judgment whether it's big enough or not. I'm not putting in inches, the minimum requirement, because then some people will metagame that. And also, the sizes for plushie dogs vary wide. So you cannot have a small plushie dog. While you're playing, this plushie must somehow be affixed to you. I must be able to see this dog. If you are hit and you want the dog to take the hit, it can. Just know that that's it. And actually, you know what? Yeah, the dog takes the hit. Also, succinctly, you can have, let's say you got a guy 20 feet away from you. You can, and you're out of bullets, you can throw the plushie at the guy 20 feet away from you, yell "Sick 'em." If it makes contact with the guy, it wounds him. Fun. That is a very fun and dynamic perk. It's not an instant kill or anything. You're wounding the other guy. You are subtracting a health from that guy. To clarify that. Perk number 13, and I'm very excited for this perk because it kind of goes into the Fallout 1 and 2 style where you can take a great perk. You know,
I agree with all that they're saying, by the way.
I do too.
I mean, I got dogs literally right here.
Yeah, as quoting the man, it do be kind of fucked up. Aw.
See?
Oh.
This is the good doggy.
I do agree. Ghoulish. Unlucky number 13 perk, if anybody caught on to that. Must dress the part of a ghoul. Minimum of painting your nose black to indicate a lack set of nose. You have +1 health. Does not stack with other perks that give you more health. You cannot take any perks that work like Legends of the Waste, that influence payments, or that influence rewards. Those debuffs represent that you are not a desirable of society. You look gross, you smell gross, you have no hair, you're rotting away. Where the hell is your nose? The minimum requirement taking this perk so that there's some indication to other players is the bare minimum. You must paint your nose black. If you're wearing face mesh, I'm going to say this here. If you are wearing face mesh, paint the area around your eyes black. All right. I had one question about the face mesh. Yes, just visually, the bare minimum is paint your nose black. Recommendation: bring really dirty clothes. I mean, just mess up your clothes. You can buy fake sleeves that make your arms look like zombies. That's a zombie's arm. So that $5 investment makes you look disgusting. Ghoulify yourself. Ghoulify yourself, son. All right. Again, this is a perk. You literally get an extra health. But common society doesn't want to talk to you. Extra health? Nah, people don't want to talk to you. Extra health? But yeah.
It's like any perk or rules, usually there's a downside.
Yes. Which makes it better that way, because like this is just a good perk and there's no downside. It's like then it's overpowered. What are we doing here? Moving on. Oh, and anybody in the stream, and let me just say this. This is a living rule set. This is a living document. If you see the updated document, perks have changed, specific things multiple players have asked for have been changed within reason. The story has been updated. We are expecting this document to be fluid for as long as we host this event, to constantly improve it, to expand upon the story, to make it better, to change things. Fido, I choose you. Who's that Pokemon? It's Talk Me. Dude, the more we talk about it, the worse this perk gets. It's actually making it's making the perk be evil. But yes, just that's yo, Paul. But yeah, so just know that about all these rules. We'll get to the great example here. The prison purse. No, the pack rat perk. When we get to that. But yes, just wanted to throw that disclaimer out there. Everything is subject to change, improvement, and additives. Moving on. Hard bargain. Always get better deals buying or selling. May require an RP check to sell it. RP check? What's that? Roleplay check. If Mark comes up to me in the Sunshine Station I'm forming at the event and goes, I want to sell this shiny piece of scrap, hard bargain card, I'm going to go, explain in character why you're getting a hard bargain. If it's not convincing, if there's no effort, I'm going to be like, the maximum deal was this, you're still going to get a weensy teensy bit of deal. It is, you get something. There's on paper metrics for it, but we're still encouraging the RP, and that is still as good as hard bargain can be. You still have to role play for it a little bit. Again, the good with the bad. You have to. The bad here is you have to try. So I'm so sorry if that's a lot to ask for. Home defense allows for a settlement to have a settlement defense gun. See rules for settlement defense guns. See rules for settlement defense guns. Moving on. Idiot Savant. Like Legends of the Waste, but the character is a non-malicious impression of an idiot. Act like a caveman, a man lacking wit, Earthworm Jim, etc. This is a flavorful perk. If Legends of the Waste sounds way too edgy, like, oh, I'm cutting my fingers on this a little too edgy, play one of the Three Stooges. Play Patrick. Play Earthworm Jim. This is just a fun way to add flavor for a similar perk, but allow another kind of roleplay style to be added to it. That's all. Non-malicious, and let me be very, very clear. We do not support Sunshine Band. They taste like pineapple and tutti frutti. Tubbs, you've betrayed me for the last time. How could you? Pro tip, to hard bargain character, say, are you sure, friend? I drive a hard bargain. That is a great tip. Tubbs, you're still dead to me. But that is a great tip, that comment. Yes. If you can integrate that into the conversation, always good. Moving on. Last laugh. Must have grenade perk. Once you are wounded or die, yell, last laugh, then pull a grenade. Pull the pin and drop it where you died. No tossing, no throwing. Drop. If you are a boom, boom kind of explosion-oriented guy and you get got, this is your little, see you nerds. Boom, right? You can only take this if you take the grenade perk. You're basically sucking up 2 perk slots to have the last laugh. That is that. Moving on to the most long-winded perk we have, and it will be simplified on the, we will have physical cards. When you come to the event and you register, you pick your perks, you will have a physical perk card. So when you activate a perk and someone asks you, you have that perk, you can go, here's the perk card. For example, you can go, of course I have Legends of the Wastes. There's the perk card. This is a shout out to Wasteland 9. This is a very old perk card from the Wasteland series. We'll be doing something similar to that, but it'll have the descriptions. It won't say destroy after use. Longest winded perk card. Let me get the old talking juice in me. Grape Kool-Aid, as they say. Legend of the Waste. Your actions and deeds are known far and wide and have sway with all that hear you out. A player using this perk card may ask a favor of another player group or even faction. Really need to sell it in this instance. I mean, you really got to RP this in this instance. That should be granted in good faith by those that listen and are convincing. Cannot ask another player to kill themselves or one of their allies, but may convince them to let them through, let's say, a checkpoint, let them go through captivity, assist them for a brief period, etc. The legend must improvise and tell a story about why the favor is owed. Puppets was wondering how NPCs work. We'll get to that. But right now we're on perks. Good question though. Perks. Okay, Legend of the Waste. All this is saying is, let's say you're in a bind. You're surrounded by people. They're about to get you. You can pull out the card Legends of the Wastes, and then you basically have to tap dance to explain why they're only going to take you captive instead of killing you. Why they're going to let you go instead of string you up. Things like that. This can also potentially be used with merchants, NPCs, other factions. This is a flavorful. I'm going to try to lie my way out of this. I'm going to try and explain why I helped you and you're going to let me out. That's all. Very flavorful. If my friend has a grenade perk, but I don't, could I carry a grenade for him, Ataza? Toss it to him to use. Okay, so I understand that teamwork makes the dream work. But for clarification's sake, and to, let's say, prevent the temptation of, well, I just have a grenade, I'm just going to say no.
Think about it this way. Think about it this way. You're in the wastelands. The grenaders know how to use the highly volatile materials that make grenades nowadays. One mode of mishandling can make you go boom, boom.
And there you have it. I was going to explain the mechanical reason. My man role-played the reason into you. That's the reason. There you go.
It's almost as if you have to take a 20-sided die and roll to see if you could throw it without it exploding.
Allow me to get my Volt Tech brand singular die out. And oh, I died. I got a 1.
Not only do you die, but your men die.
The event, yes. But yeah, so Legends of the Waste, very fun and versatile card. It doesn't say Hero of the Waste. It doesn't say Villain of the Waste. This isn't a karma. There's 1 or 2 perks that are karma orientated. Neutral players anybody could take this. So, just in case there was a lack of clarification. Moving on, Merchant will start the game with an assortment of cats. The expectations that this player will sell their own wares or services and roleplay this occupation is required and must be explained when signing up. Okay, what waving? Huh? Did I miss a comment or something? Hello, hello, Claymore. What up? Love you, Claymore.
Clay Morgan.
I know, but he likes call sign Claymore.
Oh.
Yeah, I like it. I like it better than his. You hear that, Clay? I like your call sign better than your real stupid name. Anyways, the merchant perk. You take this perk, we give you caps. You are contributing to the game. Period. You are selling services. You are selling bandages. You are selling soda. You have to contribute to the game. You will have a very tiny moniker of admin oversight over you. That's that. Very simple. Moving on. Mute. This has been modified. There were questions asked. This is going into the pros and cons sections of picking certain perks. For the particular player that this affects most, you know who you are. Mute. Cannot talk at all, period. Cannot be hard bargained. Cannot be lucky bastarded. Cannot be idiot savanted. You cannot take any perk cards that require you to yell out for functionality. What does this mean? Hold on, Captain Tub. So if Tucan says I am dead to him, does that mean he is walking to the prison? That's my ride. Anyways, from the airport, that's good. Oh, I better start doing cardio now. I better start walking now. Mute. What this means, you are taking a card that you cannot talk at all. Nothing saying any mode of conversation. You can do sign language. You can write on notepads. You just cannot talk at all, period. What this means, and it says it at the end of the perk, any card that you have to yell to use it, like Bloody Mess, Good Doggy, you cannot take those perks either. However, you can literally so many perks, Hard Bargain, Legend of the Waste, Lucky Bastard, Idiot Savant, none of those work on you. You are a stone wall of indifference. You are canceling out people's perks just by existing. They can do nothing to you. Very powerful perk, but very tricky perk. You definitely want to be in a group of friends because you're not going to be able to really talk. But yes, mute. that has been. We had the critique that it wasn't as powerful as it should be, so I added more to it because it's honestly that's genuinely a tricky. That is a tricky role to play a mute. I know. Shout out to my boy Gasgate. He plays a mute at events without perks. It gives him nothing. He just likes doing it. It's tricky doing it even for fun. So for mechanicals, like a mechanical purpose, I had to make it more worth it. It is now more worth it to take. Still hard. This is not supposed to be an easy perk to take, but you get more bonuses. Moving on. Super simple perk. Ninja. May throw melee weapons a short distance. Hey, Mark. What's a short distance?
6 feet.
There you go. There you go. Hey, Mark,
You
what were you going to say?
Shit from one side of the field to the other.
There you go. Super simple. If we see you trying to make field goals, you're in trouble. You two just made mute block. Yes! That comment. Beautiful. Yes, you know who you are, mute. Mwah. Absolutely.
So, while I've heard mute speak,
I have maybe heard him speak.
I have heard him speak twice on the field.
Whoa!
Twice.
Although
I have heard him say thank you to me directly after the event. So that technically doesn't count, but I've heard him speak twice.
I love that he comes to our other events and he's mute. It just blows me away. Can we use Ninja in the pit? Okay. The pit. The short answer is the pit master will tell you what can and can't go. The end. All right. Once the pit's open, buddy, there's less rules in the pit than there are in an airport terminal at 3 o'clock in the morning.
We still need a pit fight master.
Oh, fudge. Okay, I'll
hurry up with these perks because we have some other stuff we have to announce and we only have 20 minutes left.
All right, I'm going to blow through these. Nuka Chemist, long and the short, Nuka Chemist perk. New perk. You must find in-game bottles of Nuka-Cola to make this work. If you have an in-game bottle of Nuka-Cola, you can use it to heal yourself or others. You must pour out half of that bottle. 10-minute cooldown. Super simple. The text is longer. You cannot just make a bunch of Nuka-Cola and come to the event. You must find in-game, in-use, Big House Milsim manufactured Nuka-Colas. There will be a variety. There will be quite a bit, but you cannot use your own. Moving on. Ordnance Express may use launchable projectiles with their corresponding launching systems, i.e., tagging systems, Nerf rocket launchers, etc. What this means, you may fire a safe foam rocket. You're not firing paladins at people. You are not firing nails at people. You are firing foam Nerf rockets. You are firing, great example, real quick. Matrix makes a grenade shell that fires a projectile with a super soft foam tip out of a airsoft 40mm grenade launcher. It is gas operated. That's all. No homemade stuff. It must be a industry-made device. Moving on. Pack Rat can carry. This had a lot. Okay, this was the perk that got a lot of criticism. Changed it, nerfed it, because it's still really good. Can carry a singular sandwich-size Ziploc bag. It can never be looted. What does that mean? We went from a quart to a sandwich bag, okay? You can have one sandwich bag. If you get looted, nothing in the sandwich bag can be taken. The end. The sandwich bag, you must show us at the event. We will tell you if it's a sandwich bag. We will literally bring a sandwich bag and make sure. Maybe we'll just give you the sandwich bag. But that's that. The end. The core, apparently, people are saying was too overpowered. How does a whistling Nerf dart? We'll answer that in a second because we're trying to blow through this. Power armor training. May use power armor. See restrictions. What this means, I want to use something higher than normal armor. I want to use powered armor. Take this perk. You're allowed to take it. Moving on. Quack Surgeon. This one was a hit. Beautiful. May have wasteland. Must have a wasteland medic perk. Revive wounded players with an assortment of items outside of combat. Must be a combination of 3 random objects. In example, a branch, a piece of rope, and a nickel. Cannot be used to revive killed players, only wounded. You must take a perk. You must find random things to shove together to bring this guy back, or to heal this wounded player. Very funny, and you must have the medic perk. Science can make hard bargain checks for science-related things and using roleplay. Must also use for quests and missions. Fusion cores count as double resources. For the rad storms, very good. For talking to merchants, very good if it's science related. If you're trying to buy literally a tree branch and you cannot explain why it's good, like photosynthesis, it must be relevant to science. You cannot just go because 2 + 2 doesn't count. Rule number 28, or perk number 28, Scrounger. Instead of 1 to 3 caps per scrap, 3 to 5 caps per, depending on the vendor. Recovered resources per shelter count as doubled. Very good perk. This is a simply resource-only perk, which is tough to take in general. This is if you're in a group of 5 and you want to be a bit more useful than usual, take this perk. Sniper. Can use bolt action sniper weapons. If you bring a bolt action sniper weapon, you must follow Big House Milsim general event rule guidelines, the FPS restrictions, the MEDs, etc., etc., etc. For all these perks and this game in general. Tunnel Snake. Treat any point in a tunnel as a respawn location if needing to be respawned while the player was killed in a tunnel. Long and short of this perk, and I'm trying to blaze through this because we do actually have a lot of things to talk about. If you die and you need to respawn, you can go to any point in the tunnel, respawn. You cannot meta game. You cannot go, well, I'm going to respawn behind this firefight and kill everybody. Don't do that. This is a good faith, honor sport. That's what all these perks are predicated on. Do not be that guy. Do not be the guy that I have to add the footnote to the perks to and the rules. Last but not least, very wonderful Wasteland Doctor can revive other players using bandages at their discretion, period. You're a doctor. You read a book. The book told you how to put band-aids on boo-boos. Those are all the perks. The new ones, the old ones, the updated ones. Boom. All right, Mark. Sorry about that. I did my best.
All right. So that's all the perks and everything else. I mean, it's a lot to go through and everything.
Yeah.
But we wanted to talk about some other stuff that came up here. So Nerf Rocket. That was most recent.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
I don't know. Paul asked about it.
Can you put the comment up so I can see it? Love me. Please, I'm stupid. Kiss me, I'm dumb.
Oh, I'm trying to find it.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, let's see this. How does a whistling Nerf rocket sit within the game? Can that be thrown at a building, group, or used as a mortar? It is a projectile, period. If you want a system that delivers explosives, take Grenadier, you have grenades. If you want a system that fires solid projectiles, you take the Ordnance Express. They're not mutually exclusive. One does AoE, one does concentrated AP. Boom.
Alrighty then.
Boom.
All right. Sorry.
More questions. All
right. So let's talk about some of the other stuff that's going to be there. We're going to have NPCs going around. We're looking for an archivist. We already have our trash collectors and all that, so that's fine.
Do we have an NPC list?
No.
No? Okay.
That would require organization.
Okay. This is fair. We'll do a day up.
So there is going to be in Building H a 3v3 tournament. Spots done, and if we have enough interest, we'll actually do the PUBG as well inside of 4. So there will be some stuff you guys interact with.
If I could segue super quickly, and I'll be quick. Speaking of interactions, I did not attend the last event. My bad. I am bringing the heat with collectible cap stashes, loot scattered throughout the facility. We'll have missions. The faction leads are coordinating with me. We'll have activities that correlate to a storyline. There will be dedicated in-game things to do, and those will be adjusted and expanded as the game goes on and as the subsequent ones are put together. That's all I have to say.
All right. As it stands right now, based off the player base, there's only going to be 10 survivors. There'll only be enough space for 10 survivors. So when that rad storm comes, damn it! Come on.
Nice.
There we go. So understand that. We will have some, fusion cores going around, which I got to figure out what color I got to paint them. You tell me what color we should paint them, Toucan?
Yellow. Look at that. I pissed him off. He's gone. During the day, there's 10 by default for the event. During the day, groups and factions may complete missions that might open up more spots in general. So be aware of that. But it's very difficult to do. Nice.
I just got to figure out how to make this green. A way to make this green. Because I don't think there's a way. Maybe there's a way to take this apart.
It's actually not a bad color either. That's fine. Oh God, sounds like something broke in the background.
I just took off the things. Well, there are 4 things I could take off. Because if I can get into here. Wait, something just twisted. Oh! Is it unscrewing? I got more of these, so I don't care if I break it. Anyways, so those are some of the stuff that we're going to have. There might actually be some brisket available for this event.
Would be nice.
It would.
Or strange meat, as they would call it in the wastelands.
So camping out.
Yes, this is your wheelhouse. Yes.
You guys can camp out on the AO, just like the last Geigerlands. Come on, man. There's got to be a way to break this fucking thing open. So you guys camp inside the things, or you can bring tents and set up your own little areas out there. But you guys can 100% camp out on the AO. If you guys are going to go cook, it has to be a contained fire, no open fires, please, out there. As it stands right now, it looks like all pyro is approved outdoors. Of course, you cannot use smoke indoors. So,
if you're familiar with the AO, that's what you just said is a blessing. You don't always get to use pyro everywhere. So
yeah. I'll figure this out, man. I'm going to try to find a way to get into these fucking things.
Oh, I believe you. You'll figure it out. You look determined.
I am very determined. I got a big one and a little one. They come in 2 packs.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
See?
Oh, yo, baby.
If I could just figure out the way to make it glow blue, man, glow green, it'd be perfect. It's been raining for like 2 weeks up there. Yeah, portable grills outside, 15 feet away from the buildings, per normal. No smoke grenades inside of buildings. Remember, this is a low fire event. And this is one of the things that before, the idea behind the rules was that you had to that you would have to buy your ammo and be provided ammo. Originally. But considering how much setup that is and everything else, we've moved away from that. You fucker. So what we're doing instead is we're going to allow you guys to refill back at your things. Elevated campfires are always good, but it's not mandatory for this one. It does have to be enclosed, though. And, of course, per normal, you need to have some sort of fire suppression, whether it's what's up? Don't know who that is, but hello. I'm gonna break this thing, but I'm gonna figure out how to get it open. God damn it!
Do it after this. Do it after.
No, it's my ADHD. You have to have either a fire extinguisher or 2 gallons of water.
I heard that. I heard it.
You saw it too.
Yeah.
It's broken.
Can I, and just on the ammo thing, I'll take the hit for this. Me with starry eyes, we'll have time to divvy up ammo for the players. We can do it. No, turns out we're both super duper busy. We don't have time for that. So the alternative that Mark is saying, where you can go to your fob or AA and reload, that's it, and you have limited mags with whatever weapon you choose. So there's still an ammo restriction in the fact that if you're out in a firefight, you only have so much ammo in your magazines. So no stendos, people. No stendos. Oh God! Woo!
Oh, okay. Maybe it will just keep twisting off. I'm going to keep going with this and just try to get it off here. There might be two ways to get to it.
Yes, anyways. And hey, Mark, when the field goes cold,
so let's talk about
what do we do?
Last 30 minutes of the game, right? If you guys been out there before, you know what happens. Fuck! I got it open. What happens is you're going to hear air raid sirens go off. Maybe one long blow of the horn. That long blow of the horn indicates that the rad storm is a-coming. It's a-coming down the way. What should you do? You should try to find whatever which way you can to survive inside of your little spots. Right? Again, only 6 people can survive the rad storm.
It went from 10 to 6. What are we doing?
Sorry.
I'll say this. For my more roleplay-oriented people, if you go, if you just, like, leave the field, okay, you count as fleeing, you're a coward. You're a coward! You didn't stick out and fight the rad storm, get the treasures, the whole point of the event. You're just like, brr, boo on you. Boo, I say. Want to throw that in there.
You good?
You're still going out that lantern.
I am. I have it all apart right now.
Oh my God, you do. You do.
Because what I could do is, I think like I said, I have more of these. I have like 4 more boxes of them. Because I saw this and I was like, ooh, what a perfect prop.
It is pretty sick.
So, except now that the fucking screw's really screwed up. All right, I gotta find a small screwdriver to get to the base 4 screws down here, because I think that might be the easiest way to get inside of this thing.
Yes.
But although it looks like the only way you could do it. Anyways, so you have the rad storm. When the rad storm comes and it's coming around the bend, there's only so much you can do, right? You got to get inside your thing. If you don't have enough food or power cores, which I'm currently dismantling here, to survive, you're SOL. So what you're going to want to do then is, oops.
You're going to look like this.
I think I can. Whatever.
Yeah, Mark, what are they going to do, you ADHD monkey?
All right. Well, when you're going through and the rad storm's coming, if you die, so the last 30 minutes, you only have 1 life. So if you're dead, you can choose to res up and be a rad crazy. What does that mean, Mark? It means you get to go off and kill other players. Okay. So you get to go through the field, eliminating all the players that are there. Remember, there's only going to be 10 survivors for this. Now, that number might increase if we get more players to come to the event. But that's the number as it stands right now.
Also, too, to give people hope, we are going to have some very insanely difficult missions to do. That slot might open up a couple people if you complete certain missions. They are not going to be easy to do. The rad storms are coming, and boy, you regret being outside.
Yeah. Remember, you have the things to survive. You need to have not only the food, but also a fusion power core to power the power to vault so you can survive the storm.
Yeah.
At 6 o'clock, that is game over for the day. for Saturday and 3 o'clock for Sunday. At 6 o'clock, yeah, are Rad Crazies melee only? No, they are not. Their job is to eliminate players. Yes, they do. They can use guns. All right. So the goal behind this is that they're trying to eliminate every player possible during this. So as bad as it sounds, we do it for two reasons. One, to give some aspect of play going to keep people out on that field. And two, to make it a hell of a hard challenge to stay alive throughout the end of the event. All right. Once you guys go through and do this and you survive and you become a survivor, we'll reward you with a golden hood rat patch, something. We didn't get the coins made in time. Honestly, to be real with a lot of y'all, this is a passion project. This event cost us a lot of money to run. That with the ticket sales we had, we're in the hole on this. We do it for the players. I cannot stress this enough when I say we're doing this for the players. If we were doing this for money, the event would have been canceled.
But we're not. We're doing this for you guys, for fun, for Big House,
because we love you all and we love the event. We're doing this for you all to make sure that this is going to go off smoothly and without a hitch.
Yeah.
All right. So understand that, we're not trying to have a pity party or anything else. We want you guys to have a good time. And that's what we're going to do out there. So there's
back to the
potentially only 10 survivors for this event. So if you survive, congratulations, you're one of the few that did. And we look forward to doing some more cool shit in the future. All right. So what questions do people have? So now when you go to when the Evo ends, you can either put your guns out in the car or in the armories. The armories are under lock and key. Only 2 people have keys to the place, and that's me and Toucan there. If you put your gun with the armory, it goes with all the other players' guns. Make sure your gun is identifiable, marked, or whatever if you're going to keep it in the armory because you don't want to walk all the way out to your car. At 6:30, everybody can come back on the field again for their camp out and everything else. And
the party.
So we're trying to get a DJ for the clubhouse essentially. So we're working actively on that.
And to really emphasize, this is Mark is like, Christian, what game do you want to see? This is the game I want to see. We're very passionate about this game going off without a hitch. We are very passionate about you having fun at this event. It is a very difficult thing for us to do, to have a game mode, an event during the day, hit index, and then have players come back onto a cold field. It is a privilege for us to host an event like this, but it is a privilege for you to participate in it and follow the rules. I implore you, be very mindful, respect the public space we're creating, respect the event space we are creating. Have fun, come with no expectations. You're here to hang out, you're here to LARP, you're gonna kill people, you're gonna die some, you're gonna collect cool stuff. Enjoy the community you're building with us. I sincerely mean that. It will be a fun time so long as you let it.
Yep, that's the thing that you guys have to understand. Is all you. Are LMG's box mags allowed as personal or power armor weapons, or they need to be semi only?
No, currently.
They're not allowed?
Currently not, no. The only box mag weapons allowed currently are the settlement defense guns. Currently. So we are looking to expand, basically adding a heavy gunner perk. There isn't one currently. The emphasis for the event was to set the mood that shooting isn't a high priority. So with that in mind, as of right now...
Does Paul walk around with an LMG, though?
I was not at the last one. Oh, well, hold on. Hit the brakes. Paul's a legendary power armor user. Completely separate. 100%. That's like a boss. No, that's separate from the common rabble, as you would call them, upon your throne, looking down at us mortals. So,
Ben, are you coming solo or are you coming with a group? Oh, that's a pain. We have 4 LMG mains on our team.
Ooh, pain indeed.
Do they have? Are they able to go semi only? Because I can make some changes.
Yes, if they can go semi only, we'll make it work. We don't want to just understand what the event's predicated on. We want you to play, but we also want to keep the spirit of the event going. In the near future, we will probably be adding a heavy gunner perk. But as of right now, so close to the event, we're just going to keep it as it is. So please contact Mark, DM him. If you have semi, we'll make it work. We'll make something happen. We're easy. We want you to be there, genuinely.
Yeah. So any other questions? Thanks, Ben. All right. Let's see. Any other questions that we have out there? We're hoping to do some fun stuff. The tournaments definitely are going to be semi only, 3v3, probably 4v4, even some 2v2 in building age.
Yes.
Where our lovely thing is set up at.
Let me throw that out. Let me throw this out there. Mark is going to be the ringleader of destruction. Find Mark for the 3v3s.
Well, if anybody's in the Albany area of New York, Buck really needs a ride.
Oh, God.
He doesn't have a vehicle to drive.
Oh, God.
Him and his wife only have the one, and his team bailed on him. So.
Oh, God. That's a crazy Uber ride.
I know, right?
Yeah. Hey, Uber. Yeah, ignore it's not a real gun.
All right. Okay, with that being said, we are 8 days away from the event. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. We're looking forward to seeing all your smiling faces out there. The hell was that?
The Nominees Sunshine Band. Sunshine. Okay, I'm done.
There we go. There's the tickets again for Geigerlands 2 Electric Boogaloo. Any final questions before we go? Because we are right now 8 minutes over, and I'm going to go ahead and try fixing this.
Yes.
I want to see if I can get underneath into the bottom, and if that's the case, I can probably do it.
Questions? No, but just adding it. There's a new main faction added to the rule set, the Rustmen. Check out the Rustmen and their location. Very dedicated group. They've been adding a bunch of artwork to the Facebook page. Awesome guys. Definitely check them out, but keep your scrap tight because they're going to try to get as much as they can during this event. So be aware. Shields during melee. You're talking about the melee at the index of each day. Mark, I'll put this in your wheelhouse. So there you go. No. Oh no. I'm gonna say no, because if you have to hide behind a wall, you're not very good at melee, are you? So there it is. Where do I go to get armor and melee approved? Great question. DM, you threw me under the bus so quick. DM me. Worst case scenario, if you suck. Worst case scenario, if you didn't message us before the event and you show up to the event, we'll approve it then. But just know, if day of approval is going to be much harsher than pre-planning. All right.
Hit it up. Are you in the Discord, Mike? If you're in Discord, post it there.
Yeah, please. I think Mark, we have an armor approval channel, don't we? Under Geigerlands, we should. That would be really helpful if we did. If not, yell at somebody. Snap your fingers. Make it happen.
No, but there is a gear. There is a gear help under gear.
Post it there. Tag me. I will cast judgment upon you. Also, before you do it, before you look foolish, look at the armor rules. That's all I'm going to say. Any more questions? Any more questions? Questions. Do I need to get mine approved? So, yes. Also, because Giovanni, I don't remember you. I only recognize 10 faces. I barely remember my mother sometimes. I am so sorry if you're insulted. Yes. You must have it approved for the event. Even my good Paul showing up. I know Paul. He has to send it to me and I approve it. There's no moisty. No moisty. So
There's the link for Discord, guys, if you guys want to do. Oh, wait, that's the wrong thing. What the hell?
join whatever link that is. Sell your
That
social
is-
security
that-
to the government.
That's the Discord link. So either post it there or go to post it in the Geigerlands page so that way you can get approved by
Mm-hmm.
the guys that do. Papa Zisho. I don't look at me, man. Those armor rules and everything else. That's their. We put this game on for them. Exactly. That's exactly what I say when I hear about all that stuff. So
yes, I'll say this: there is a power armor revamp in the works for the next one. So just bear with us as we work out the final kinks during this one. For the power armor, the armor rules have been modified to be simpler. So that's all I'll say about that. What else? Any more questions?
I have none. Anybody?
This is your chance.
I know. I'm giving them like the problem is that the delay from the time that they send something and it comes back here. So
the stuttering Stanley, misspeaking Mark. I don't know. What else? No, that doesn't work. I'm not good at insulting people. I just can't do it. I don't have a mouth on me. I actually like people. It's horrible. Oh man.
Yes, people need to get their melee weapons approved as well.
Yeah, that's simple during registration, and that's just following conventional Big House Milsim rules. You know, we check your rubber knives, we check your cold steel weapons. It's just you hear the horror stories. Oh, somebody put a steel rod down their phone, blah blah blah, and hit me with it. And I'm dead now, and I miss my mother. You know, okay, we just do it for player safety. Let me say this: it's not a question, but it's a statement. Never mind. Can I tape a pool noodle on a wood sword for a melee weapon? The short answer is no. There is a thick wood. There's a thick wood core. No. The short answer is no. You do have enough time to use that foam noodle to make a boffer weapon, but just communicating with us on here, I don't know how heavy your wood sword is. I don't know what the hilt is like. For all I know, the hilt has. So don't try and like message here like, oh, this, that, or the other. I would say drop that in gear as well, so I can ultimately say no. But you have plenty of time to make a pool noodle sword from tonight. Plenty of time. Let me say this. For everybody attending, to add to the immersion of the event, I implore you, try to do your best to dress up. I'm not saying, spend hundreds of dollars on an outfit. Dirty blue jeans, ripped shirts, biker jackets. Try and dress up. We're definitely not going to gatekeep the event and be like, well, you didn't. Well, that's not this approved, that or the other. Just, if you can, immerse yourself in the attire. It will help the entire event be even better. I just wanted to throw that out there. Super easy to do.
All right. Any other questions before we go? Because we have about 10 seconds here before we're 1 hour and 15 seconds in, 15 minutes in. All right. With that, we're going to go ahead and cut this one down. I leave on too late. I'm like 2K to all in costumes and props.
Oh wait, what was it?
Is we a company we don't know yet?
Dude, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. You're my kind of people. We gotta hang out. Dude, being a nerd's expensive. What was it?
It's going to be a Tuesday decision, I'm sure.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Boo.
Yep, Tuesday decision. All right. Yeah, he should be all right. It's just a hernia surgery, so it should be okay. But for him to be able to travel, drive, and all that stuff, he's looking at it. He's actively looking at it. So, all right. With that being said, guys, we're going to go ahead and end the stream for tonight. I'm on the road next Wednesday to go up to Geigerlands, so there will be a Tuesday stream. I'm sure we'll address a couple more of these rules or anything else on Tuesday. Don't quit being a bitch.
Wow. Wow.
So with that being said, I'm Joker from Players Wanted. With me's the man with the voice, the man with
Special
all the
guest
cap,
me.
the gift of the gab himself, Toucan from the Sunshine Band Merchant Caravan. We want to thank you all for attending tonight. And until next time, may your BBs fly true and your opponents always call your hit